and that triggered something in me that made me want to go on this journey to solve this problem. He said the God equation, or the equation that we're looking for, that Einstein, Schrodinger, Paul Dirac, all the great academics you can think of, physicists you can think of that were working on this problem, that they were looking for a simple 1-inch formula that can model all the whole of the universe, that can model all systems in nature, right? So the key point here was that what we're looking for is something very simple, and it's something general that can give us the rules of how everything in the universe works. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. So essentially, the key point here is that a lot of people that are working on this problem, they think that the universe is complicated, right? But the truth is, the universe is actually very simple. It's the language that we use to understand the universe that might be complicated. So the basic rules of the universe might actually be so simple that the formula is literally 1 inch long. And that's the formula in my paper. So my paper focuses on transformation. I believe transformation is like the rules of transformation is fundamental to nature because everything transforms. Remember, I said initially, Chibs and 420. I said everything is birthed, so everything emerges, then everything interacts with its environment, then then it dies, right? So there's birth, there's interaction, and then there's death. So that's
That's also sort of a bell curve on it.
correct. Correct. Go ahead.
I'm trying to just imagine it linearly. No, yeah, no, I'm just trying to visualize what you're saying because I won't say it's a cycle, but it looks more like a bell curve where you start with a zero, then you peak, and then you go down back to a zero.
Yes.
Don't mind me. I'm thinking while you're talking.
No, no. Feel free to interrupt me. I like
Yeah.
to just have a regular conversation. I don't want to sound like I'm giving a lecture or something. Um, but you know what we can do? So if you read the abstract of my paper, you will understand a little bit of what I'm trying to do. Have you read the abstract?
I don't. So what? I'm stuck at Amazon sending me
No, 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 no,
link
no, 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 no. Don't go on
on the code.
Amazon.
So I
Don't
think
go
I'll
on
do.
Amazon. So I posted the paper on Google Scholar. I can send it to you. I can send it to you.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I missed that. I went to the Amazon link.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you don't
All
have
right.
to
I'll
buy it,
do
bro. I'll
that.
send it to you for free. I just put the
I'll,
Amazon to sell it just for people that want to support me. But
yeah.
it's available for free for everybody.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, I'm reading the abstract. So I guess the triangle is a delta. Then after that
Delta.
is an infinity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not familiar with the third symbol.
The circle. It's just a
Yeah,
circle.
just a
Omicron.
circle. Okay.
Yes. So
Cool.
so basically, we're looking for formalism that can encompass how everything in the universe interacts, how it basically emerges, how it interacts with other things, and how it dies, right? So the formalism is triangle, infinity, circle. Imagine a triangle being emergence, birth. The infinity means interaction. Remember, there's infinite interactions happening in the universe, infinite levels of interactions. Everything is interacting with everything, right?
Yeah.
At the atomic level, at the microscopic scale, even at the human level, there's interactions, right? And then there's
Yeah.
death. That's fundamental to everything, and that's what the circle represents. So if you read the abstract, it should give you a brief summary of what the paper focuses on. Because remember this, guys, like physics is just a language, right? It's a language that we invented to give us an understanding of nature. And the truth is that it's just one of the languages that we could have possibly discovered. There might be other languages that we haven't discovered yet, right? So I think there's a more fundamental language that we could use to model the universe that is more complete than physics, because physics has reached like a roadblock, and the roadblock is it gave us two different understandings that cannot marry each other, cannot unify. So what if the unification is beyond physics?
The moment I just put in your abstract, it began to just um, answer those questions without me answer. So basically, there are a couple of things that it's saying that is just So it says it answers the question of the measurement problem. And the measurement problem basically says that electrons, because everything is about how electrons are, you can never see where they are
Mm-hmm.
until you measure. Because
Uncertainty. Yeah.
that's what it calls superpositioning basically.
Yes.
So basically says that this explains that, because I know that there was that conflict. This stumped Einstein when he was like, God does not play dice with the universe, and people were basically saying, the whole Schrodinger thing. So you are saying that this explains that, and then he also says it explains the black hole information paradox, where basically theoretically normally information is supposed to get destroyed in a black hole,
Yes.
but this is supposed to explain that, and also the singularity um issue
Yes.
also. So I think the first question I was going to have was that, what is the interaction between, so I was trying to read up on what Omicron was, because I'm familiar with Infinity and Delta.
Yes.
But my question was, normally whenever I see equations, I'm used to seeing something that joins them together. Like you have board mass, so you have, is either it's a plus or it's a triangle. Or so I'm trying to ask, what is supposed to be the interaction or the relationship between those three symbols.
Yes. So
So
did you put the whole paper? Because I think you can download the paper, get the whole PDF,
okay,
and,
I wasn't able to download the whole paper
and
yet.
put the whole
So
PDF
maybe
into ChatGPT. Like literally, the
okay,
reason why the paper is so long is because I spent a long time working on it, and I basically answered every
answered
possible
those questions.
paradox, and I resolved all the possible anomalies that conventional physics, classical physics had when it came to this to understanding the universe. For example, the black hole information paradox, right? The idea that in a black hole there's infinite density, so essentially all information gets lost forever, right? And with my system, that's not the case. Have you heard of the Hawking radiation?
I've heard of it, but I didn't read too much about it.
Correct, correct.
So yeah,
So Hawking basically proved with
you're
his
talking about black body radiation.
So Hawking basically proved with his work that black holes emit particles very slowly over time,
Okay.
right? So essentially, the information is never lost, and the black hole actually releases the information after. This is very important, 420, and Chibs will also appreciate this. So my work, right, Chibs and 420, I have a formula, not an equation. And this is very important, and I'll tell you why. An equation requires an equal sign. Equation. And the equal sign was invented by this guy called Robert Record in the 1400 15th century, early 15th century. So the equal sign essentially is an axiom, right? It says that the thing on the left is equal to the thing on the right. And the reason why our mathematics today had issues with reconciling the rules of the universe, we'll get into this fundamental principle, is that our mathematics is limited by the concept of equality. So basically, if you look at math, right? If you mention addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all those calculations only work when equality is the accepted axiom. Does that make sense? So basically,
Yeah.
our mathematics requires equality to work. But the issue with equality is that we cannot model how the universe works fundamentally with equality as our base axiom, because equality doesn't exist at the fundamental level. It's an abstraction, right? So the reason why we have infinity here is because the infinity models all the different possible interactions in the universe. Because remember, there are infinite numbers of levels of interactions, right? Think about the human. The human body has trillions of atoms, right? And they think about the universe. The universe is so big and complex. So equality is.
This actually,
Go ahead.
yeah. Okay, not to, please. I would like you to continue this, because my mind is actually running in many directions. But what this triggered to me was when I looked at how um Newton was so right and mind blowing when he came up with the laws of motion, and then how that was disproved by Einstein, simply because Einstein improved